All right, welcome to Car Cave USA. My name's Chris. Our website's carcaveusa.com. Phone number is 803-262-4742. If you need any financing, reach out. We work with a variety of lenders. We'll give you reasonable advice. Unlike a lot of dealerships who just try and be selling you something, we also want to make sure you get a good rate and it's a good fit. So before you get your credit ran, reach out. We'll try and put you in touch with the right people, see what their terms are. So we're open for a conversation. Reach out about lending. We'll help you. And sorry, it's been a few weeks since I did a video. I was overseas in Paris at Retromobile, so this thing had to sit a little bit. They did a social media reel while we're gone, but didn't get to actually do a walk around video. So this is a really cool spec, and I'm going to call it a 2000 model year. And the reason why, the badge on the side is actually a 2000 model year, but it was sold, date of first registration in the Middle East in 1999. So when it came imported, it was built in 99, titled and registered overseas in 99. So got titled as a 99. It's actually 2000 model year. They go off a date of first registration. So a little bit of variance, but when paperwork came over, that's how it was. GCC spec, 2UZ. It's a 5-speed front winch, and nobody had played with it yet, so I just hooked it up. It's kind of cool how proprietary and old, given a 2000 model year, the controller is, the winch cover, you know, the Toyota Tech bag that comes with it, like the whole thing, it still has this old school vibe to it. You have your gold hood ornament. Like I said, you have a 5-speed paired with a cooler box. You have a rear tire carrier. You have third row seating. Let's see, there's a few varieties here. I didn't prep at all, so we're walking through this. Apparently the feedback I get is it's better not prepping because it's more real here. You know, not trying to hide anything. Didn't look it over to say, hey, let's shoot around something. We'll do it real. We'll do it from the hip. We had a Dobinson 2-inch suspension lift put on it, and we are giving a tire allowance. So, you know, the tires don't match, shouldn't care, because we're throwing in a tire allowance for you. Everybody has their own opinion on rubber, and we want you to pick out yours. So if you buy it, you can pick out tires. We have allowance that goes towards it. I'd rather someone be happy with the tires they're getting than getting a cheap set some dealer picked out, which we don't put cheap tires on, so it wouldn't have been us that did that. But you know how that goes with a lot of shops that just throw something on there to look good. So dash is in good shape going across. You have your factory head unit, which looks like somebody tied in an aux jack, high-low transfer case, center locking diff, front and rear AC units. Sunroof, someone has redone the leather as before we picked it up. They did not do the third row. So I know somebody pointed out in one of the videos, like, why is that rear seat torn? Be like, well, they didn't redo the third row. I'm sure there's plenty of donors out there that are in good shape. Sun visor, someone wrapped at some point. We see that a lot of other cars out of the Middle East, but it's a rust-free vehicle, given the climatic conditions it came out of. Still has the stripes down the side. You know, all your rockers, all your assemblies are in good shape. Same with your inner fender wells. Rear seat's been recovered. They didn't do the nets here. And I drove this when I got back in town. Looks like that is another latch for the winch cover up there somebody didn't put back. Took it to go get some Mexican food. Drove up the road. It's a unique driving experience. You see the buckle that goes on the bottom of the cover. Unique driving experience with the manual. Something totally different. We did some pretty decent maintenance on it. I know it needed an intake gasket. We put a starter in it, put a battery in it, drained all the fuel, went through some systems. Some of the window switches still need work some from coming out of the heat. So I know they're a little bit sticky and you gotta use them a couple times to go through. We didn't do a full deep, you know, aesthetic reconditioning, go through the entire features and options. We went through it mechanically. It's sound. It's a good car. It's solid. Made sure, you know, it was up to date on maintenance. It's going to drive. But, you know, things like the rear bumper here, you know, you see some paint coming off of it. And I'm assuming this is going to, with the lift kit, end up with bumpers on it anyway. So we didn't want to go through aesthetics if it's going to get turned into an off-road rig. Your rear tire carrier swings out here, which I don't think someone actually had it connected in all the way. Need to open it up. Now I'm gonna forget where the handle is. Nope, I remembered. Good for me. Get a cookie later. Like I said, the third row seating, you kind of see it is aged back here. I don't know if it was used. I think just the leather. You feel it a little bit hardened, and we'll get some pictures of the leather for you if you need it. You have the rear tailgate. Somebody's plastic wrapped this. We see that a lot with a lot of the door cards and visors and stuff overseas. They like to cover it. Let me see with one hand, filming with the other, if we can get it down. Domite works. See some of the vents here. So someone need to go through and, you know, if it really bugs you, little things like vents, you might need a window switch here and there. I don't know if I can get that with one hand today. There we are. We'll just go up top. I'm not, see how it's cracked in here. So I'd suggest getting a set of donor seats for the back, or if you're not going to use them, take them out. That's one of those, is kind of preference of whoever buys it. We don't know what route this car is going to live after, you know, showing up in America and someone doing a build with it. So we did a little bit of suspension to refresh it. The Dobinson makes good stuff, and then did, you know, leaving the tires, and we're going to do those for you, or we can just take credit off. See a little stain in the carpet here. Let's see, we'll go around. The LED lighting can come off. Wasn't too enthused by that. Someone thought it was a good idea at some point in its life. See a little bit of the door panel here coming off. The rocker's dry. It's nice and clean. The wheel well's clean. We can get you undercarriage pictures. I can see some scratches in the glass. You see it coming down. So somebody had this in the brush somewhere at one point in its life, because you can see it coming down the glass. We have a few little tears in the headliner. Seats are in good shape because they've been recovered back here. I don't think it was smoked in. There's no odd smells. Nothing that turns me off getting in it that, you know, usually you can get in a car that someone smoked in or nefarious things have gone on in, and you can smell it. I don't have that when I get in here. It actually has pretty neutral smell, more a little bit new leather, an older Toyota. Oh, that was the other thing, rear locker. So that should have been my selling point from the beginning, but if you're in Toyotas, you're gonna listen this long anyway, which is good for me, because I'm in a Toyotas too, so we'll get along. Sub fuel tank, so you have 2 fuel tanks, rear locker, the manual 5-speed, and pretty much, you know, it has a lot of features of the actual US Spec 100 series. So if you're trying to service one of these, a lot of the parts you can interchange. It runs smooth. I said it drove good when I took it out, and I left the winch plugged in. You can see this here. I only have one hand, but it is a functional factory Toyota winch. Pull the hook out. And plate comes off. I'm doing this excellent for the video. I'm gonna respool that in the morning. But that is pretty neat. I mean, that's one of those things you don't come across very often. The hidden winch up front, the gold emblem. And it's neat to see the old tech working. You do have, you know, here in Arabic, the 99 that's reflected there when it was built. You can see it was cold. Runs really well. You hear a little chatter, which sound like a bearing up there. Someone had a phone mount sitting on top of the dash, otherwise there's no cracks. They have some Corolla mats in it. We left them. Carpets underneath are clean. some off-color mats. I think they had a few on there just to keep it protected. Clutch feels good. I don't know, it was a joy driving down the road. I enjoyed taking it. We'll go under the hood. Gas tank, that's one of those things people ask about. You have a main and a sub tank. So you're like, ooh, magic. And my finger's too fat for you. Ooh, left, right, left, right. You got 2 holes. So another feature, you got a longer range tank. Let's go under. And the lights shut off up front with the rear hatch open, which is good. So you're not draining a battery. And today I'm not finding it. Making me look bad, self. Has to be close by. Like I said, I didn't prep at all. It is. I'm there. It's winning today. It's hard with one hand. Hold on a second. It's getting me. No, I was just missing it. It's pretty easy. That is your 4.7 V8, the Legend. I said new battery. Here's your different codes, which is in our write-up. We'll have our service records there. You can see manual transmission built in Japan, the color code, 2UZ from the factory, UZJ100L, and the GN MEKV. So indicative of the GCC spec build. It's a cool truck. Make someone happy. It would be a good platform to do solid build off of, or just leave it like this and enjoy and drive. Like I said, what's cool is the parts availability. It's not like a 70 series or something odd that's out there that you're going to have to worry about parts. It is something that you can get majority what you need to repair and keep this thing on the road here stateside. Everything we ordered for it on our service side, we bought here in the States. So if you need more information, reach out. We do a decent volume of Toyotas and Land Cruisers. So if you're looking for anything else, we have an 80 series GCC spec. I bought a RJ77 this morning. I got a FCJ75. We're doing some other pretty cool Toyota stuff and builds and trucks and crew cabs and wagons and whatnot. So this won't be our last one of these. So if you're interested, and now's not the time, feel free to reach out. The other thing is we do have a full shop in back. So unlike a lot of the other importers and dealers, we try to be well versed in Land Cruisers. There's so many varieties what we got going on, but you see we have a interesting product mix. Like there's a Lancia Delta Integrale Evolution 2 dealer collection, and you peek around the corner, we got diesel Pajero, a V8 Defender, another V8 Defender. It's in pieces, a Fiat Uno Turbo, a Renault 5 GT Turbo, Ford Escort RS 2000, and a Ford Bronco. So, you know, that's what's sitting in our shop. Our shop's as big as our dealership showroom floor space. If you made it this long in the video, mention that to me. We'll take care of you on something. I'll make it worth your while if you made it this long. Again, Chris at Car Cave. Have a great morning, evening, night, day, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for tuning in.